Hello everyone, my name is Mars and welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video. Today we're going to look at the Siren 3 Stars Challenge in Global Edition. This is my preferred budget team right here. We have Veritas, Soleil, Garnet, Mystea, and Firion. And you can replace these with any number of units. The fight is really forgiving. For Veritas, anybody that can dispel buffs on the boss, or that can remove status ailments from your team, or someone who can buff resistance against status ailments on your team. Any of those can work. She also heals, kind of has a synergy with Garnet, where if Garnet is filling the Esper gauge, then Veritas can heal, and vice versa. And that's what Garnet's here for. She's here to help us with the summon gauge, because when the boss has so little HP as Siren does, it can be a little bit difficult to get the summon bar. So if you wanted to replace Garnet with Aiko or Yuna or another summoner, that totally works. Soleil is a buffer. She's just here to buff stats, because that helps with damage and with survival, so you can replace her with pretty much any other stat buffer. Mystea is our magic tank. She's going to make sure that we don't take any water damage, and she can also handle the magic nuke that the boss does at her threshold attacks. And we have a special way that we're going to handle that, so that you don't have to have a super beefy magic tank, because it seriously does a ton of damage. When I've taken my super strong Chow in there, he's been killed before. So the way that we handle it with Mystea, it's going to be simple so that anybody can do it. And then Firion's just our damage dealer, and if we want to take a quick look at gear, Veritas has Aura Staff so that she can dispel the boss if she buffs her defense. She just has HP and Spirit stuff. She has sleep resistance so that she doesn't get put to sleep, so that she can always be our person who is casting Esunaga. Fun fact, I think she's actually the only 4-star unit that has Esunaga. The only other ones are 5-star base units. So she's really awesome for this. Make sure you get dual cast on her so that she can use 2 spells in a turn without having to use her setup move. You don't have to have it, it just means that you would have to do her setup move every 3 turns. Otherwise, she's just got HP and Spirit. Soleil is really simple. She just has HP and evasion. I gave her these clothes because it buffs her water resistance. She has Ramu equipped, which makes her more susceptible to water damage, so if something goes wrong, at least then she's just not going to get murdered by Siren. Garnet is a similar story to Veritas, where it's just HP and Spirit. That's all that really matters on her, and she doesn't really need a lot of it to do her job well. Mystea is the same story, HP and Spirit, but also 100% water resistance. I went to 150 to show you the 3 main ways to get water resistance. The Flak Shield was from the Chinese New Year event. These clothes, Unsui, or however you say it, those you can get the recipe for in, gosh, I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a clouds exploration, whatever it's called. And you can craft as many of those as you want, and I also have Leviathan equipped for additional water resistance, and you can also use Siren instead. More HP and Spirit stuff. And then the big one is Ankh of the Goddess. This allows her to cast re-raise on herself, and that's going to be a really critical part of the strategy for this budget team. If you don't have Ankh of the Goddess, don't worry. You can replace one of the other support units like Veritas or Garnet. You can replace them with someone like Meliadul, who can cast re-raise on a friendly target. Totally up to you. I think Ankh of the Goddess makes this really simple, and we recently got it for free from the raid summon, so I think it still counts as budget. If not, then go for Meliadul and she can do the same thing. And then we have our damage dealer. He's the one who I indulged myself on and built him out with some decent gear, because if you're struggling with this fight, you're probably going to want a strong friend anyways. We picked Rising Sun as one of his weapons because it has Bird Killer. We also picked Tetra as his Esper because it also has Bird Killer. We chose Tonitrus for his weapon because it's lightning, and Siren is weak to lightning. And we also gave him another Bird Killer and just some attack stuff. So he's got a fair amount of attack. I think he's fully enhanced. I forget. I enhanced him somewhat a while ago. Maybe he's not fully enhanced. Don't judge me. Anyways, I didn't know what I was doing when I first enhanced him, and I haven't used him a whole lot since, so it's going to be fun to bring him back. So first turn, Veritas doesn't really have to do anything, so I'm just activating Forbidden Arts just in case there's something in that kit that I want to use. Soleil's going to buff our Spirit first. And the boss can't be attack or magic broken, so it's super nice because you just don't have to worry about it. Whatever the damage they do is how much they do. We're going to fill the Esper bar with that. Mystea is going to AoE cover. And then Firion is going to just take a chunk out of her HP. And we have to be careful because we don't want to push like that. That's actually super bad. Yeah, super bad. Bye, Mystea. It was nice knowing you. Crud. That's not good. So this turn, we... this is what screwing up looks like. What are we gonna do? Alright, let's just use Water Veritas. She can totally save us. I'm not worried about it. When you have a moment like this where things go sideways, don't panic. Rely on your team. Think about what you can do to make things work. Alright, so we've got Mystea back up. We are going to buff everyone else's water resistance with Life Harmony. Because this is probably going to get ouchy. At least Mystea ate that super nuke attack, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, that heals Water Veritas, which is awesome, so not worried about that. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're back in the fight. No worries. Let's use Esunaga to cleanse the sleeps and the silences with a little bit of healing. Mystea's going to activate her cover again, and Firion is just going to auto-attack this turn because I really don't want to push the threshold until next turn. Because that's the difficulty with this fight, is that you want to do it with control. Because you need the Esper summon, you need to give Garnet the chance to fill the Esper bar. Mystea, cover that. That's your job. Come on. She's just sitting there watching it happen. Alright. Silence on Soleil is not a big deal. I don't really care. Water Veritas is going to do a Dispel this turn because Siren buffed her defense. So a Dispel will get rid of that and we'll throw a heal in. Soleil is going to dance again. And Garnet is going to fill the Esper gauge again. And then this is why Ankh of the Goddess was so helpful, is because we can just cast this. So that when this turn, I'm assuming, well, yeah, we're not going to pass it this turn. Okay, that's okay. Next turn we'll pass it, no big deal. I'm just worried about pushing 2 thresholds at once. I really don't want to do that, because that can be super bad. Alright, because the thresholds are at 80%, 60%, and 40%. So I don't think we need to cleanse any status ailments, so let's just get some heals out there. You know what, screw it. Let's just live life crazily. Oh yeah, Mystea can buff status ailment resistance. I don't know why I always forget that. Mostly because I just have her eating magic damage, so I just forget. Alright, let's just see what happens. Let's go, Firion. Let's do it. Alright, we've pushed the next threshold. And let's just do one of these guys so that we get the summon out of the way. Nice, okay. So now Mystea's gonna eat it again, but she has re-raise, so just as planned. Now she's gonna do her magic cover. Water Veritas is going to heal, because we don't need to cleanse anybody. Let's buff. We want to buff Defense and Spirit, just because Mystea was re-raised, and I don't want to do Finbriar because I'm not ready to push the next threshold. And then, gosh, Garnet, you can do whatever you want. Let's just fill the Esper gauge again, just for fun. Oh, she buffed her defense again, so in order to make it an easy push to the next phase, we're going to want to dispel that, so we'll dual cast Dispel with a heal. And now we're going to buff Attack and Magic, and we're going to break Defense, because that will increase Firion's damage against her. Because we're going to push a threshold, we're going to use Blessing of the Life Giver, so that when Mystea gets absolutely murdered, she just re-raises. And then Garnet is just going to do her thing again, because we are not worried about dying at all. Yeah, we've almost got her. So, bye-bye, Mystea. It was nice knowing you. And she's back. Alright. And then we can just finish her off, and that's the long and the short of it. Piece of cake. Alright, if you guys like that fight, let me know. Let me know if you like this team build. I'm still new at recording my voice and doing other things like that, so let me know if you have feedback on audio balance or things like that, because I'm still learning, still figuring it out. And also let me know what fight, what team would you like to see next. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!